a small upper bedroom in the home of Reverend Samuel Parris, Salem, Massachusetts, in the spring of the year 1692. There is a narrow window at the left. A candle still burns near the bed. A chest, a chair, and a small table are the other furnishings. The room gives off an air of clean Spanish. Reverend Parris is discovered kneeling beside the bed, evidently in prayer. His daughter Betty Parris, aged 10, is lying on the bed inert. At the time of these events, Parris was in his middle-40s. In history, he cut a villainous path, and there is very little good to be said for him. He believed he was being persecuted wherever he went, despite his best efforts to win people and God to his side. In meeting, he felt insulted if someone rose to shut the door without first asking his permission. He, like the rest of Salem, never conceived that the children were anything but thankful for being permitted to walk straight, eyes slightly lowered, arms at the sides, and mouth shut until bidden to speak. Salem had been established hardly 40 years. The Salem tragedy, which is about to begin in these pages, developed from a paradox. It is a paradox in whose grip we still live, and there is no prospect yet that we will discover its resolution. When one rises above the individual villainy displayed, one can only pity them all, just as we shall be pitied someday. The witch hunt was not, however, a mere repression. It was also, and as importantly, a long overdue opportunity for everyone so inclined to express publicly his guilt and sins under the cover of accusations against the victims. It suddenly became possible and patriotic and holy for a man to say that Master Corey had come into his bedroom at night, and that while his wife was sleeping at his side, Master laid herself down at his chest and nearly suffocated him. One could not ordinarily speak such things in public. Long-held hatreds of neighbors could now be openly expressed, and vengeance taken, despite the Bible's charitable injunctions. Bloodlust, which had been expressed by constant bickering over boundaries and deeds, could now be elevated to the arena of morality. One could cry witch against one's neighbor and feel perfectly justified in the bargain. All scores could be settled on a plane of heavenly combat between Lucifer and the Lord. Suspicions and the envy of the miserable toward the happy could indeed burst out in the general revenge. Reverend Parris is praying now, and though we cannot hear his words, a sense of his confusion hangs about him. He mumbles, then seems about to weep. Then he weeps. Then prays again, but his daughter does not stir on the bed.